Hey there, good man fam. I thought I'd speak on this situation with just Pearly things about the comment she made regarding slavery, because I believe that this speaks to a bigger problem in society. Now, most people speaking on this are throwing blows and defending, doing whatever side they're doing. But I always try to look at things from a different perspective because if you do that, you're able to actually get a lesson out of it, something that's actually worth doing, not just going back and forth with individuals. So if you don't know, just Pearly Things says something about slavery not being as bad as some people said it was because some individuals were trying to embellish things in order to, I guess, get a rise out of people or something like that. Let me tell you where she made the mistake because she's correct. That does happen. But she made the mistake by doing the very thing about which she chastises individuals who come onto her podcast. These individuals talk about what? They talk about the exceptions. They don't talk about the rule. And they get jumped on because the exceptions are not by what society moves. The rules are. So what she did was the very same thing, which was individuals who are trying to use slavery and embellish things in order to get a rise out of people and things like that are the minority, the very, very small minority. There are people who do that. Just think about it. Haven't you seen that in different realms where people embellish things in order to try to make something happen? Females will be embellishing situations that happen with them with men in order to get people on their side and get empathy in that whole nine. Right. So she is correct in that. The problem is when you're trying to talk about a sensitive situation and you're using the exceptions, and then the exception that you're using seems like it's blowing off the horrific nature of the overall situation. Yeah, you're going to put yourself in hot water. And she understood that because before she started talking about it, she was like, I don't know if I should say this. That she had that whole thing going on. Right. She knew that this world is not a world of nuance. So when you talk about a sensitive subject matter, if you're not perfect in how you state things, it's going to be a problem. Now, watch this. Stay with me. Watch this. Now, let's move to another person. I'm going to tie this together. Will Smith. What happened with Will Smith? It's the same thing that just happened with just Pearly things. People think that when you say things like this and talk about, well, this individual is not a racist, this individual didn't do A, B, and C, that equals defense. Mm-mm. That's not what I'm doing now. Pay attention because I deal in nuance. Just Pearly things hasn't had any run-ins with black people, situations where it was some race thing or something like that. And what happened? The moment that she makes a statement that was true, but the context in which she made it was what caused the actual incident because she was trying to use the minority in order to make it seem like the majority wasn't as bad. At least that's how people took it. All of a sudden, everything that she's done to where she had zero issues with the people of the race about whom she was speaking goes out the window. That's what we do now. We just toss people out the window. Look at Eminem. Same thing. Eminem had one incident where he was mad at a black girl who was his girlfriend back in the day when he was like 16 or something like that. And he made a comment he shouldn't have made. And to this day, he's almost 50. To this day, you have race baiters saying he's racist because of something ignorant he said when he was a kid. Yet he's been around black people. Everybody, black people are like, man, that guy's he ain't no racist. He's great. He's always helped me and my family. He's real careful with how he does things. He moves as perfect as a white person in a black industry could move. But it's still not good enough because individuals who are the minorities in situations, they get one mistake, one mistake, and your head gets chopped off. So technically, that's not even them getting one mistake. They get their head chopped off once they step out of line one time. Now, remember when I just mentioned Will Smith? Now, let's take him. Will Smith has been dang near the most perfect human being in the public's eye that an individual can be in Hollywood. He gets most money for movies, that whole nine. He's always being kind to people. He's made us laugh his whole life, action star simultaneously. He's just been dang near flawless. And what happened? He had one incident where he went on stage, and the culmination of everything that had been happening in his life helped him to make a decision to do something really stupid. And what happened? All of a sudden, he's the worst human in the world. Now, don't get it twisted, because I was going to do a video about this, but part of that reason is because he didn't just do one thing. It was a combination of things he did. It was that over time, he was made to look bad because he would not stand up to his wife, who's just a horrible person from what we all can seem to see. But what he did was he made a decision to go on stage during the first African American produced Oscars to slap another African American on the biggest stage in freaking entertainment, and then turned his back, walked away, which you don't even do to anybody that you hit, sat in the seat, started cussing from his seat, then refused to leave, then got an award and put it on Serena and Venus's father that he was called to be a protector, and then went to a party, partied it up, messed up Questlove's night for him getting an Oscar, messed up his own night for getting his first Oscar. You see the combination of things that happened. And it made it to where it was like white people could say, we're talking about racist white people, by the way, oh, see, even the best of those black people are animals. Will Smith's actions made the entire world look at black people a particular way, not just him. And so this is why his situation was a chain reaction of events for someone who hadn't done really anything, quote unquote, bad in the public's eye. But it was one thing, one. And look what happened. Completely destroyed everything. One thing. So it's not just Pearly things or Eminem. It's this society. The society puts individuals on a pedestal. And then once they put them on a pedestal, they're like, you better not take one step off this pedestal mistake-wise. Or if you do, we're going to rip your freaking head off and talk about how you're the worst person in the history of everything. This is what happened to Eminem. This is what happened to Will Smith. And now this happened to just Pearly things. And neither one of those individuals are bad people. Neither one of those individuals are racist. They just made one mistake in a society that is ruthlessly unforgiving.